हेलो, वेलकम टू टॉकिंग टेक्स्ट बुक्स लिविंग नो चाइल्ड बिहाइंड। कैसे हो आप सब? आई होप कि सब बहुत खुश हैं और अच्छे से हैं, मज़े में हैं, बहुत सारी तैयारी कर रहे हैं पढ़ाई की, राइट। तो जो हमने पढ़ लिया था अभी तक एनएमटीसी के अंदर 2 लेक्चर्स, उसी का वील बी स्टार्टिंग फर्दर, which is lecture 3. Today is lecture 3 for NMTC. Right, so on the right hand side you can see our awesome team here: Cherry ma'am, Vikas sir, Prashant sir, me. My name is Aditi. So we all are teaching on YouTube as well, right? I mean YouTube we are teaching, like NMTC this is also coming, but we have other packages as well, which you can see on the left hand side, that is 6 to 8 Olympiads. We are covering that. For science and mathematics we are covering it, and like we'll be covering NCERT as well as up till Olympiad level, then NTSE, NSEJS, PRMO, 6 to 10 school level examinations. All this we'll be covering on our platform, that is Talking Textbooks, right, on our channel Talking Textbooks. And can you see, this is leaving no child behind. This is our aim, that every student has the right to to have quality education. So that is why things are for free. The quality education is for free on YouTube, right? Now this was about the lectures that I was talking about, but if you want the study material, then you can go on our website. Which is www.talkingtextbooks.in, right? Go there and you can search for all the plans and packages. So this is for 9,000. This is the highest package for 6 to 8. I mean till 6 to 8, 9,000 is the highest package, which will reduce to 6,300. When you use my code AVLIVE. When you use my code AVLIVE, then it would be reduced to 6,300. Right, children? 30% discount on everything, on this whole package would be given to you. Now what does this contain? This contains all the study material, then the test series which would be conducted on all India level, right? Because like obviously online anybody can give. A student who's living in east or north or west or south, they all can attend that, right? So yeah, and then the test result would also come on that level itself. Then there will be homework submission on the Google Classroom, there will be daily quizzes, all this in just 6,300. So it is really affordable. So even if like you have the information, you have the access, kindly share it to more and more students whom you know, so that like they all can also get the benefit out of it, right? And this is just about the study material. Like if you do not want study material and just want the test series, that just like like if you just want to test your knowledge, then you can only have the package of test series, right? These are on the right hand side. You can see the different modes of payment that you can pay through, and after receiving the payment you will get a call from our team who will let you know about the mode and the time when you're going to get your package. Still, if you have further queries related to it, then you can call on this number, which is 9549041111. You can call on this number and have your queries sorted. Right, next this is our Telegram channel. These are our Telegram channel where you will get the current, like whatever video that is going on of science, be it physics or bio or chemistry or mathematics, mine or math. You can get the DPPs here, right? Search for, like if you are in class 8, then search for TTB08, join us there and have the study material, right, children? So before starting lecture 3 for number theory, let's take the promise and then we'll start with our lecture. Chalo, lecture 3 for number theory. So basically what we'll be doing today is we will be doing questions of factors and multiples. In the last class, in the last lecture, I told you about factors and multiples, what factors and multiples are and its important points, right? I told you about factors and multiples. So see, factors are finite. Factors of any number would be finite, whereas multiples can be infinite, right? This is what I told. Now we'll study something important now today. That is how to take out number of factors, right? How to take out number of factors of any number. Number of factors of any number, as well as we are going to calculate number of even factors and odd factors as well, right? This I have taught in primary as well, in the lecture of primary as well, so I am teaching it here as well, right? So what is it? Number of factors. See, let's take, like, basic thing is that every number can be, or is not like can be, like we can, just a second. So we'll be talking about number of factors. We'll be talking about number of factors, right? So every number is a product. Every number is a product of prime number. It can be shown in the form, like it can be depicted in the form of a prime number, right? So let's take an example. Let's say 120, right? So how can I write it? I can write it like this: 2 to the power cube into 3 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 1. I can write it like this, in this form I can write it, right? 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 1 and 5 to the power 1. This is the prime factorization of 120. This is the prime factorization of 120. Now understand this. See, let's say I take any number. Okay, let's say I take any number n, right? Now its prime factorization could be written in this form: 2 to the power p, 5 to the power q, 3, it's 3. 2 to the power p, 3 to the power q, 5 to the power r, 7 to the power s, and so on. We can write it like this. Now see, 2, 3, 5, 7, these are the prime numbers, and p, q, r, s. P, q, r, s are what? Positive integers. These are non-negative integers, you can say, or positive integers, right? And as well as it can be 0 as well. So I can say that 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on are what? Prime numbers. Are prime numbers, and p, q, r, s and so on are what? Non-negative integers, right? So this is how you can depict any number in the form of prime numbers. Now if I want to calculate number of factors of n, then what is the formula? Its formula is p plus 1. Now what I am going to do is I will add 1 to each and every power, right? So what will I do? P plus 1, then this is like the power of 3 is q, so q plus 1, then a power of s, r plus 1, and then s plus 1, and then so on, right? So this multiplication of this is basically what? Number of factors. This is basically number of factors. And if I want to calculate number of even factors, then what is the formula? See, what I'll do is I will write p here, right? See, even prime number is 2. Right? So the power of 2 is what? P. So I will write p just as it is, and the rest of the powers of all the odd prime numbers, I am going to add 1 with them and multiply it in the same manner, right? Rest all the prime numbers, I am going to take their powers and add 1 to them and multiply in the same manner as I did in number of total factors, right? But it is just that in the even factor, what we are doing is, what the change that we are doing is that we are not adding 1 to the power of even prime factor, right, which is only 2, right? And if I want to calculate number of odd factors, then what is the formula? See, now in this I will not be calculating, I will not be taking the power of 2. I will not be taking the power of 2 because odd factors means that we do not want to take 2 in that, because 2 is even. So we won't take the power of 2 as well, and we would just take the power of all the odd prime numbers which are after that. So 3, 5, 7, all those powers we are going to write the same thing. We will add 1 to all their powers of odd prime numbers, and we are going to multiply them as it is, as we did in number of factors, and so on. So this is how we calculate number of odd factors. Now let's come back to 120. Let us come back to 120. Now if I talk about, just a second. So 120 could be written in the form of 2 to the power q, 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 1. So it could be written like this. Now if I want to calculate number of factors, total number of factors, then that would be what? What would be the formula? See, it will be this: 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. So I have done what? I have added their powers, right? This is what I did. I have added their powers. So I did 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. Now let's calculate it. This becomes how much? 4 into 2 into 2. So this becomes what? 16. So there are in total 16 factors of 120 that you can calculate, right? Let's calculate for number of even factors. Number of even factors are, again, see, this is really simple. If you calculate the number of odd factors and if you subtract, you have total number of factors, and what do? If you calculate even number of factors, you can subtract that and you can have the odd number of factors. And if you have odd number of factors, then you can subtract that from total number of factors and have what? Even factors. So anyways, like in any ways we can have it, but even if, like if it is asked that we are just asked even number or just odd number and both are not asked, then it is unnecessary to calculate both, right? So number of even factors would be what? Again, I'll be like excluding the power of 2. Other than that, I would write it. So it will be 1 plus 1 and 1 plus 1. So this one is for power of 3 and this one is for power of 5, and then I'm adding 1 to it. So this gives me how much? This gives me 2 into 2, which is 4, right? Okay, I'm so sorry. We are calculating number of even factors. I'm so sorry. Just a 3 was also multiplied, right? So even number of even factors is, obviously for even factors I will have to calculate the, I will have to multiply the power of 2. So I multiplied 3 here, and then 1 plus 1 and then 1 plus 1. So this gives us what? 3 into 2 into 2, which is 12. Now we calculate the number of odd factors, which is obviously what? 4, because I can subtract 16 minus 12. 16 minus 12 gives us what? 4 factors. 4 factors, but the other way around is, if I want to calculate in the formula method, like if I want to calculate that way through formula, so what would it be? I will exclude the power of 2 and I will just multiply, like add 1 with the power of 3 and 1 with the power of 5, which gives me 2 into 2, which is 4, right? So this is the basic method, right, of finding total number of factors or even factor or odd factor. Now suppose if just a second. So if something is given like this, let's say 1024 is given, right? 1024 is given. Now how can I write this? How can I write this? I can write it like this: 2 to the power 10. That's it. Now there are no powers for like no odd factors. There are no odd factors here. 2 to the power 10 only, but then that would be wrong. So what we are going to write? We write 3 to the power 0, which means what? 1 only. See, power of like 0, if we are writing say A. Now, anything to the power 0 is what? 1. If I am writing A to the power 0 is 1. If I am writing 723 to the power 0 is 1. Right? So this is actually 1. So if I am writing 3 to the power 0, that means I am multiplying 1 with it. I am multiplying 1 with 2 to the power 10, which does not hampers my actual value. So this is just a case. If you want, you can also write it like this: 5 to the power 0, then 7 to the power 0, then so on. Why? Because this does not make any difference. See, 5 to the power 0 is also 1, 7 to the power 0 is also 1. So that means that you are just multiplying, you keep on multiplying 1 with 2 to the power 10. Right? So that does not make any difference to our 1024. But then it is going to like help us in finding the number of factors. Right? So total number of factors would be what? Total number of factors would be, see, what was the formula? 10 plus 1, 10 plus 1, then 0 plus 1, then 0 plus 1, and so on. So what is this going to be? 10 plus 1 is 11, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1, and so on. So basically 11 comes out. If I want to calculate even factors, in this now, so what will I do? Power of 2 is 10. I'll write it, and then next I won't add 1 to this. Remember, I won't add 1 to this, and then it will be 0 plus 1 multiplied by 0 plus 1 multiplied by 0 plus 1, and so on. So what does this give me? 10 into 1, which is again what? 10. And if I want to calculate odd factors, then what is it going to be? I will refrain this the power of 2, because that is the even factor, right? And what will I do? 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, and so on, right? So what will this give me? 1 into 1 into 1, and so on, which is what? 1. So odd factor is 1 only, which is what? Which is obviously 1. Means if you want to write the factors of 1024, then it is what? 1, 2, 4, and so on, right? So in this way there could be 11 factors. So there is one odd factor, which is what? 1. That is why we make it like this, right? That is why we write it like this. Now let's do few questions which have come in earlier examinations of NMTC. Let's do that. This has come in 2018. So the question says A is a natural number. So let me write it like this. A is a natural number such that A has exactly 2 divisors. A has exactly 2 divisors, and A plus 1 has exactly 3 divisors. Has exactly 3 divisors. The number of divisors the number of divisors of a plus 2 is. This we are supposed to find out. Now what does this says? What does this question says? It says a is a natural number such that a has exactly 2 divisors. So we need to find such a number which has exactly 2 divisors, and then a plus 1 should have only 3 divisors, right? So let us say a is equals to, like, a should have only 2 divisors. A should have only 2 divisors. So which number could have only 2 divisors? It has to be a prime number. It has, or a has to be a prime number. It should be a prime number. It should be a prime number, right? So now what can I say here? Let a equals to 3, right? Because 2 also has 2 prime numbers. 2 also has 2 prime numbers, 1 and 2. But then 3 does not have 3 prime numbers, right? So let's do this. A equals to 3. A equals to 3. A equals to 3. Right? Now, then a plus 1 would be what? A plus 1 would be what? 4. Now, see, 3 has two divisors. 3 has 2 divisors which are what? 3 has 2 divisors which are what? 1 and 3. And 4 has, as it says, 4 should have 3 divisors. 4 should have 3 divisors which are what? 1, 2 and 4. It should have 3 divisors which is 1, 2 and 4. So that means it is satisfying our it is satisfying the condition that is given to us. So I can say that a plus 2 should be what? Means 3 plus 2 should be what? 5. 3 plus 2 should be 5. And then the number of divisors of a plus 2 is? The number of divisors of a plus 2 is 2. Divisors would be, divisors of 5 are 2 only. That is 1 and 5. 1 and 5, because 5 is again what? 5 is again a prime number. 5 is again a prime number. So it will also have 2 divisors, that is 1 and 2. So the number of divisors of a plus 2 is 2. Which are what? 1 and 5. Which are what? 1 and 5. So this question has come in 2018. Let's do next question. What does the question says? The question says, what is the 2019th digit? What is the 2019th digit to the right of the decimal point to the right of the decimal point in the decimal representation of in the decimal representation of 5/28. What is the 2019th digit to the right of the decimal point in the decimal representation of 5/28? Right. So options given are 2, 4, which is looking like 2 but it is actually 4. Let me write it like 4. So this is 4. C option is 8 and D option is 7, right? So in the decimal representation of 5 by 28, so obviously decimal representation would come like this only, where we will be dividing 5 by 28. So it is going to be point and then 0, and then it will go 2 2s are 4, it will go one time only 28, and then so on and so forth. You are going to do this question, right? So this would come out to be what? This would come out to be non-terminating and recurring. Non-terminating and recurring. Like this is going to come out to be non-terminating and recurring, right? So what it would be, 5 upon 28 would be equal to what? 0.178574142, and this would keep on repeating. 857142, 857142, 857142 would keep on repeating endlessly. So this is going to be a non-terminating and recurring decimal. Non-terminating means it won't terminate, it will keep on repeating and recurring, right? So this is going to be the answer. Now this is not going to be the answer, means what does it ask? What is the 2019th digit to the right of the decimal point? So 2019 digit, we are going to do again what? We are going to divide 2019 by what? By 178574142. We are going to divide this, right? And so on and so forth. When we will keep on dividing, what we will get? See, 2019 would give us what? 336 multiplied by 6. This will 336 into 6 plus, and the remainder would be what? 3, right? This is how you can depict 2019, right? This is how you can show 2019. Now in this 336 times, it is going 1 2 3 4, this is 6 times. Yeah, so now what will happen is, see, now what I am saying is that look at this. Now this 3 could be broken down like this into 2 plus 336 into 6 plus 1. Now why did I break this 3 into 2? Why? Because see, I have 2 digits already here, right? So I cannot count them because they are not repeating. Because why? This is saying what is the 2019th digit, right? So that means this is keep on like this 857142 is repeating and not 17, right? So that is why the remainder 3 that I had, what did I do? I took 2 from that, so 2 digits. This 2 digit won't be repeating. Then 336 into 6, this will keep on repeating. And what will happen? It will come up till 2. And then what we are going to do? Last 1 is remaining. That means I am going to do what? I am again going to count from first. That is 8. Right? I am again going to count from first number, which is what? 8. So this is going to be my what? The number which would come on the 2019th position. Is this clear, children? When you divide this number by 2019, then what is going to happen? 3 would be the remainder here. Now I will exclude 2 here. Why? Because this 1 and 7, this 2 resembles this 1 and 7, and this won't be repeated. This won't be repeated here. And 1, like the last remainder is 1. So obviously, like up till 2, 336 times it is completing the whole loop. 336 times it is completing all the numbers again and again and again up till 2. But then it is starting again with 1. 1 is remaining, means 8. 8 is the number which would come on the like 2019 position. Clear? Let's do one more question. This has also come earlier in examination. So let's do that. So what is it? How many positive integers? Just a second. Let me just take out the question. Okay, so let's write the question. The question says, how many positive integers, smaller than 400, can you get as a sum? Can you get as a sum of 11 consecutive positive integers, right? Options given are 37, 35, 33 and 31, right? So what does it say? That how many positive integers smaller than 400 can you get as a sum of 11 consecutive positive integers? Now let us write, but before that I want to do this. So such numbers could be, see, if you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up till 11, what does this gives us? See how we can calculate n plus 1 by 2. This is how you can calculate the consecutive, like if till 1 till 11, if you want to count, then we can count it like this, right? Which is what? 12, 2 6 are 12 and 66. So this gives us, not here, this gives us 66 here. Now let's calculate from 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up till 12. This gives us 77. Then let's calculate for 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus up till 13. What does this gives us? 88. Then again 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus up till 14. This gives us what? 99. So these numbers will go on, right? So how many positive integers smaller than 400 can you get as a sum of 11 consecutive integers? So see, this is keep on going. And what is this? These are multiples. We can see that these are, like, we understood the pattern. What is the pattern? The pattern here is that they are multiple of 11, and also starting from multiple of 6, right? Starting from multiple of 6. So the largest number which could be which is a multiple of 11 and less than 400 would be what? 396. It is a multiple of 36 and 11. 36 and 11, let's do it. 36 Yeah, 396. So 396 is the multiple of 11, which is smaller than, smaller than 400. It is smaller than 400. 396 is the multiple of 11 which is smaller than 400. So 396 is basically what? 36 multiplied by 11. So basically it is what? 36th multiple. 36th multiple. But then required numbers are, now the required numbers would be what? Required numbers would be how many? See, it is asking how many positive integers. So required numbers would be what? 36 minus 5. Why 5? Because first 5 we are not considering. Right? There is no first 5. I mean, like before 66 there is no 55 and so on. For the 11 consecutive numbers to be added, we do not get 55 or 44 or 33. So we cannot add that. So what are we going to get? We will get 31. So there would be 31 integers. There would be 31 total integers, which would be what? Multiple sum of 11 consecutive numbers and also positive. 31 integers. Right? There would be 31 integers. Clear, children? Let's do one more question which has also come in exam. What does it say? There are exactly 5 prime numbers. There are exactly 5 prime numbers between 2000, this has also come in exam, 2000 and 2030. Note that 2021 is equals to 43 into 47 is not a prime number. Is not a prime number. So the difference between the largest and the smallest among them would be the difference between the largest and the smallest among these is what? It is what? See, A is 16, B is 20, C is 24 and D is 26. So let's do it. What does it say? See, obviously we need to know the prime numbers which are there between 2000 and 2030. Right? So it has already told us that 2021 is not a prime number. So prime numbers between 2000 and 2030 are what? See, 2003 is a prime number, 2011 is a prime number, 2017 is a prime number, 2027 is a prime number and 2029 is a prime number. Right? These all are prime numbers. Now difference would be what? Difference, it is asking difference between the largest and the smallest. So largest is 2029 and smallest is 2003, which is going to be 26. So 26 would be the answer here. Clear? Let us do one more question. This has also come earlier in examination. Just a second. So that is going to be what? That is going to be numbers of 5 digit. Numbers of 5 digit multiples of 13 is numbers of 5 digit multiples of 13 is so how many how many numbers are there? How many such numbers are there which are 5 digit multiples of 13? Which are 5 digit multiples of 13? So smallest 5 digit number would be smallest 5 digit number smallest 5 digit number which is also a multiple of 13. That is what? It is 770 multiplied by 13, which gives us what? Which is 10,010. Which is what? 10,010. And largest 5 digit multiple of 13 is going to be what? It is going to be 7,692 divided by 13. This is going to come by hit and trial only, children. This is going to come by hit and trial method, which is what? 99,996, which is 99,996. 99,996, right? So what is it asking? The number of 5 digit multiples. Obviously I am going to do what? Subtract these two. See, I will subtract this with this, right? I will subtract this with this, so I will get the number. Numbers would be how many? 99,996 minus 10,010. 10,010. But then again we are going to do plus 1. Why? Because we need to include both of them. Oh sorry, it is asking number of 5 digit multiples. Oh, these are the multiples. We need to subtract this. We are supposed to subtract this. So we are supposed to subtract this, right children? Which is going to be what? These are the multiples. We are not supposed to subtract the multiples, but we are supposed to subtract these. How much will this give? So this is going to be 2, 2, 9 and 6. 6, 9, 2, 2 plus 1. So this will give us 6,923. 6,923. So these many numbers are there which are what? Which are also multiple of the one I told you. Let's do few more questions on factors only. Just a second. Let's do question. So what does the question says? The question says how many factors of the number 2 to the power 8 multiplied by 3 to the power 6 multiplied by 5 to the power 4 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 are multiples of 120. Are multiples of 120. So how are we going to do this? See, first of all, let's write the prime factorization of this. First we'll write the prime factorization of this. Let's do that. So prime factorization of this number would be prime factorization of 2 to the power 8 into 3 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 4 into 10 to the power 5 would be what? 2 to the power 13, because this could be written like this, 5 into 2 to the power 5, which will be what? Right, so 8 plus 5, it will be 8 plus 5, which is 13, multiplied by 3 to the power 6 multiplied by 5 to the power 9, right? This all would be there. This all would be there. And then what am I going to do? What next am I going to do? I'll write the prime factors. Now I'll write the prime factors. I'll write the prime factors of 120, which are what? 2 to the power 3 into 3 into 5, right? Now what do I want to calculate? How many factors of this? How many factors of this makes what? 120. So let it be k. Let the number of factors be k. Then how can I write it? Let the number of factors be k. What is it going to be? So means how can we write it? See, 2 to the power 13 into 3 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 9. Just a second. Let the number of factors which include see how many factors of the number this are multiples of 120. So the number of factors that are multiples of 120 be k. Then what do we do? 2 to the power 13 into 3 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 9, which will be equal to what? 2 to the power 3 into 3 into 5 multiplied by k, right? So now simply divide it. What will I get? तो ये कितना हो जाएगा? 2 to the power 10, 3 to the power 5 multiplied by 5 to the power 8 multiplied by 5 to the power 8. Now this has come out to be our k. This has come out to be k. This is not number of factors. This is not number of factors. Number of factors we are going to calculate now. Right? Number of factors we are going to calculate now. Just a second. This is prime factors of 120, which is this So now we have got k. See, we made this equal. We made this equal by taking a number k. So then only these both could get equal. Now the value of k has come. The value of k has come. This shows us like how many this will help us find out the number of factors which could be multiple of this, right? So now let's do it. K equals to 2 to power 10 into 3 to power 5 into 5 to power 8. Now number of factors would be what? See, I told you 10 plus 1 I'm going to multiply, then 5 plus 1 and 8 plus 1, right? So this would give us what? 11 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 9. This will give us what? 594. So how many factors of the number? This are multiples of 120. 594 factors of this number are multiples of 120, right? 594 factors. Big number. Right, children? So I hope you have understood. This was all about factors and multiples. In the next lecture, we'll be talking about HCF and LCM, and we'll do more questions then, right? So thank you so much, children. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Please give your feedback in the comment section below, and yeah, keep coming on Talking Textbooks. Bye bye.